Hello guys, welcome to the Worst Internet Gun Shows number 8, the Darwin Awards, and
I'm your host, Brandon Herrera, and as we say on the channel all the time, guns are awesome.
Gun.
It
He said it, guys. He said it. He said the coolness. That's good. This gun's awesome, man. Get into this.
you guys, I guess, where they went wrong and kind of use it as an opportunity to teach gun safety. My hope being potentially using this platform and entertainment as a way to save lives. And make some pretty off-color jokes. So,
Hell yeah, America!
with that in mind, let's move on to our first clip. It appears that Angry is not fucking around anymore. This small gentleman is rocking a very large caliber revolver.
Hold up, ain't that the fucking midget with the damn revolver? Holy shit, that guy's gonna go flying. Hope the gun doesn't know. Hopefully they only have one bore in the chamber. That guy's just already just like, yeah, I know what's gonna happen. This is gonna be bullshit, man.
Now he's
This is gonna be going shit. This whole thing's gonna be going shit, man.
on the Darwin Awards, so we can predict what's happening next.
Holy shit.
Yup.
Holy shit.
I love the strategic hand.
I said hopefully it does it. Not just what I didn't say to go flying. Holy shit. How the fuck was I almost right?
Placement of that guy who almost is like guaranteed knows what's gonna come next.
Yup.
Thankfully, it looks like nobody was injured, but it's never a good thing for a gun to go flying out of someone's hand.
Yup.
Especially the handgun, where people try to catch it. That's how people get shot. Now we
Yup. You hit it here on the worst internet gun fails the break the Darwin Awards with Brandon Herrera.
talked about this in Darwin Awards in the past with those large caliber revolvers where people, they lose control of it a little bit too much. You can actually accidentally pull the trigger again.
Yup.
You're essentially
I
bumped.
should be showing a video here soon, I'm pretty sure. I think I had to try to edit one of these in the past. And I remember my dad watching it not a long ago and shit.
Firing the revolver on accident.
I didn't remember the midget
And with the
part.
recoil out of control that way, revolvers.
Yup. Hold up. Let me just play that. I messed up the fucking sound too much. Yup, that's what you shouldn't do. That's why you should only load up one bullet in the dang chamber.
And with the recoil out of control that way, you're not
Just
gonna
in case.
like where that revolver is pointing when you get your second.
You could get your head. Something that we ain't able to say on YouTube because YouTube's, you know.
Our third round off. Hopefully they were following the rule we mentioned in our previous episode of only load.
Just see that just saw the gun go off. It's fucking funny as hell.
One round in the gun if you don't know if the shooter can handle it or not. That way, if they
Just
lose control of the
saying,
gun
man.
or it's too much for them, they've only got one round in it, the damage is done. No opportunity
Yup.
for a stray gun to cause problems. I'll admit it's a pretty funny clip. Now our next clip is another staple of Darwin Awards. People shooting at explosives way, way, way too fucking close. There's the famous lawnmower guy. Of course, we had FPS Russia on here earlier. Kyle, no hard feelings. It was just a really fucking good clip. Pretty sure we've had a tannerite explosion in almost every episode, so I'm not going to disappoint. This video was sent in to me, aptly titled 50 pounds of tannerite far too close. Now I'm just going to ignore the fact that our targets on the 50-pound tub of tannerite are two mannequin heads. Seek therapy, I beg of you. See, the thing about tannerite is you set it off by shooting it, so you have to be at a distance where you feel comfortable hitting the target. Or you just want to be closer for shits and giggles. Which is where stuff like this happens. Holy shit. And the slow-mo. Look at that fucking shockwave. Clearly it's kind of high humidity where he's at, because you can see the pressure wave, like the vapor wave that the pressure wave is causing. The way it's been explained to me before is that it's so high pressure for that instant that it's turning the water vapor in the air back into water for a moment as it goes out. Now, these young lads ended up being okay, or at least as okay as they were beforehand, probably. But just a little bit closer, and they could have started to experience
Yup.
real issues. That's because the destruction from explosives doesn't just come from shrapnel. The thing that makes the shrapnel that's able to rip shit apart and send it flying really quick is that pressure way that it's able to rip through solid objects. Now, to remind you how much tannerite we're dealing with, it's 50 pounds. The individually packaged stuff that they sell in stores that'll blow up, small shit, that's 1 pound. This is 50 times more powerful than that. Anything more, and you need a federal explosives license. Thankfully, it seems like there's no harm done to these guys, and hopefully they learn that, explosions are pretty fucking cool, but there's no shame in being safe about it. Can't get that cool-ass Instagram post if you fucking die. And speaking of being too close to explosives, this next clip I have no context for. In fact, the only version I have is literally a meme. Now, this looks like a soldier somewhere in the Middle East with what appears to be a door breaching charge. Video's not that great quality. It's really hard to tell what we're actually looking at. I mean, the charge. That is a human soldier. Now let's all watch in slow motion together as to why you probably want to stand off to the side of something like this and not directly in front of it. Boom. Oh, that is the definition of a close call. Holy shit, let's see that again. That is moving so fucking fast for this to be slow motion. No, I can't help but laugh because the only version of this I have is no shit set to Smash Mouth. In an attempt not to get copyright struck, Delance, can you play like a 1-second snippet of that? Somebody. Video's fucking terrifying. Thankfully, it doesn't seem like there's anything solid in there. It seems like it's either, some sort of cardboard or, particle board, something like that. Still, explosives are scary. Be careful. Somebody. But Brandon, you may say, we haven't really had anything too close to a Darwin Award winner yet. Hold on, we're getting there. This next guy comes pretty fucking close. Now for this next clip, we have a very snappily dressed gentleman who I believe is trying to work on his street cred.
4K Trey! Who gonna die today? Don't do it. See this? Don't kill yourself that dude 38.
Now, we had to bleep that due to YouTube policy guidelines, but there's already some nefarious plans for this revolver that's now in play. Also, I'm not sure what the green rag is all about. He might be getting into his St. Patrick's Day spirit a little bit. I mean, he looks like he could be Irish.
Russian roulette.
That's stupid, guys. That's what you don't do, okay?
Jesus.
I got it on camera.
That's some stupid ass shit, man.
I got that bitch on camera.
Yeah.
That stupid ass. Oh, such a dumbass. They puts a gun to his head. Oh my god, so much. That guy's so emo, I swear. Emo? Confirmed?
He almost died.
Question mark?
Look at him.
You got that bitch on camera.
Look at his face. You ain't no real nigga. Stupid, goofy ass.
Jesus Christ, just being roasted by your fucking friend. You can see that look on his face, though. That is the look of a man who came very, very, very close to accidentally ventilating his...
Oh. Okay. I thought you actually got shot at first. Thank God he's still alive. Bro's such a dumbass, though. He's so emo confirmed. Emo confirmed, okay? Emo? Emo confirmed? Question mark?
His own skull. I love how his friend immediately just goes into roasting him, too.
I got that bitch on camera. He almost died.
This is why we don't fuck around
Yup.
playing Russian roulette, kids. There is no winning Russian roulette. There's...
Technically there is if you don't get that bullshit, okay? No, I'm just kidding. I'm fucking joking, okay, guys?
only winning a Darwin Award. Also,
fine, technically it would be like lose if you don't die because your parents wouldn't get a bullshit. I'm just fucking kidding. I'm making a little fucking joke, guys. Don't fucking sit.
rip whoever's in the apartment above him because he totally just sailed around.
Oh shit.
In a residential apartment building.
Uh-huh.
Did he not check that it would? Never mind. So yeah, as far as the 4 basic rules of gun safety, know your target and what's behind it. Treat every gun as if it's loaded. Keep your finger off the trigger until you're ready to shoot, and never point a gun at anything you're not willing to destroy. If you want to be technical...
Those are all good things. You know your target and what's behind it. That's actually a really good rule. And treat every gun as if it's loaded. That's a really big rule. Don't do the opposite, okay? Keep your finger off the to shoot. That's also a big rule. Never point a gun at anything you're not willing to destroy. That's also another big rule. Okay, guys, don't break those rules. Don't break those rules. Also, I'm gonna make a drop down and give me 100 push-ups right now.
I think he just violated all 4 of these rules. And
Yup.
it almost cost him a trip to the morgue.
Yup.
Come here. Hey, puppy.
Oh, it's no doggy. It's a dog. It's a dog. Pick up the gun. I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm joking. Don't like it. Say that. Dogs actually, you guys cannot do that to a dog. Dogs are the best, unless you're Asian, and if you like Asians and stuff, then it's probably okay, cause you're just Asians, okay? But not being racist though, not being racist. I'm just saying, if you like eating dogs, that's you, okay?
You do it.
I don't judge.
Oh, right in the face. Yep, thank you. Mm-hmm.
You'll kill your doggy. Let's get back into guns.
Yeah, good girl. It's okay. I'm not making fun of the ATF in this video. You're safe. You're good. Okay, that's gotta work. Now, a common thing I hear about these Darwin Award videos is that they give people anxiety, like these clips stress them out. Well, if that's the case, next time you watch a Darwin Awards video, you might want to have a can of Canadips CBD with you. Canadips now has their best flavor yet, clean peaches. Is it? Clean peach, excuse me.
Okay,
Combining the southern juice, grace of God didn't... Just because it didn't go off, doesn't mean that it can't. The shit people do for Snapchat clout. You're like guns, middle of the road, and somehow, by the grace of God, didn't go off. If your answer is run up and kick it, well, you're like these guys. That is unexploded ordnance in the middle of the street.
Don't do anything to it. Oh my god, these people are so damn stupid. Just don't fucking fuck with that shit.
They're just actively fucking with it. Now, this video, of course, has been making rounds on social media, but I felt the need to comment on it. It's embarrassing. I feel like I have to. Unexploded ordnance means that there is still an explosive inside of it. Just because it didn't go off doesn't mean that it can't. The shit people do for Snapchat clout. Now, this video you might have already seen, and if not, oh boy. There's typically a rule about fucking with landmines. Don't. But this guy, upon seeing a landmine in the middle of the road, decided to take matters into his own hands. Picks it up out of the middle of the fucking road
I can see that now.
and carries it off into the woods.
Shit. Don't do that shit. Oh my god, this guy's so dumb. This is a dumbass, okay? Don't do this shit.
Jesus Christ. Now, there's a couple things about this video that I'd like to point out. One, look at the state of this man's cigarette. Looks to be pretty fresh, which I'm inventing a story in my own mind that may have happened, where he decided before he picked up a live landmine, you know what, fuck it, if I'm gonna go out, I'm gonna go out with a cigarette. Hey, Ivan, you got an extra cig? You probably better off going out with a cig in your mouth than what they'd call it in England. What makes this video crazier is I know a lot of landmines, maybe not this one in particular, I'm not sure what that is. A lot of landmines, though, have anti-vibration sensors. Meaning that if people try to fuck with them, or a tank is, rolling, not quite on it, but next to it, they will still go off. You know what? I refuse to even call this a fucking Darwin Award.
I'm back now.
This guy's just got balls of steel. He might be dumb, he might be brave, he's possibly both, but holy shit, man. The only thing concerning about this is we don't really see the end of the video, so hopefully this worked out okay. Now, this next clip is what appears to be a police shooting range in either Russia or one of those Eastern European countries. The reason I say this is this fine madam has a Makarov, a weapon of which I'm not shy about saying I'm quite the fan. What they lack in Mostoppen power, they more than make up for in just being sexy guns. But our eyes in this clip should be on the female officer. Now, I'm going to preface this next bit by saying I'm sure there are plenty of amazing women in law enforcement all around the globe. Female cops who know the difference between, for example, a Glock and a taser. But let's see how this goes. So she's loading ammunition, and desk pops immediately into the desk. So she's loading ammunition, and desk pops. It goes.
I didn't see
So
anything.
she's loading ammunition and desk pops.
What happened?
So she's loading ammunition and desk pops immediately.
Wait, did you pull the
So
trigger?
she's loading
Hold up.
ammunition and desk pops
Oh,
immediately
she
into the
pulled
desk.
trigger. Okay.
Oh wow! Like she actually did a desk
all
pop,
I saw.
like
Okay.
not popping from the desk, but popping into. That's impressive. A feat rivaled only by Twitch streamers.
Oh shit.
So she clearly had one in the pipe and didn't realize that, you know, because she had the magazine out of the gun could still go off. It's a negligent discharge, not too special, but I just had to include this clip after what happens next.
that's
So you see here,
fucking
everybody's holding their
stupid.
ears. Somebody comes over to investigate what the fuck just
Stupid
happened.
dumbasses.
Unfortunately, she has her Makarov on a lanyard, so when she walks away, it drags the gun behind her. Thankfully, this officer comes in and
Thank God that officer
being
did.
kind of
That lady's so
cool.
damn stupid.
I don't understand the need to leave
Check
the
her
gun,
out, guys.
like, immediately. Just like walk away from it. Considering, you know, the gun's fine. The gun didn't do anything wrong. The gun did exactly what it was designed to do.
Yes.
It went off when the trigger was pulled. But yeah, having a negligent discharge and then dragging your gun around the office loosely on a bungee, not a great call. Thankfully, it appears the only injury is pride. I'm sure plenty of people right now are disappointed. Oh no, parts of the world this episode.
I'm always having to go eat, so I have to skip.
Which, now that rockets are freely floating around certain parts of the...
Stupid shit. Look at this. Oh my god, that guy's so fucking
Which, now that
stupid.
rockets are freely floating around certain parts of the world, this guy appears to be two Hispanic men fishing with a shotgun. Now he's got the barrel in the water.
Oh my god, a fucking shotgun. Oh my god, that
And if you've ever seen Looney Tunes, you saw where this is going.
Stupid dumbass.
Yeah, go ahead and flag your friend while you're at it. Did you see the end of that shotgun barrel? It cartoonishly splayed open. This is because of overpressure. See, guns can fire underwater, but that really only works if they're fully submerged. You see, when you just have the end of the gun in the water, just because YouTube's weird about that, but it's really, it's more of the implication. You'll understand. So this one is from a celebration in Mexico a few weeks ago. There's some carnival festivities going on involving cannons when one of the cannons apparently does not go off. So this gentleman comes up and tries to help his buddy out and figure out, okay, what's wrong with the cannon by moving it. Not the biggest deal in the world, but the problem is how he goes about it. So let's see how this unfolds. So he walks up to come rotate the cannon.
Oh shit! Oh shit, that's stupid!
And puts his hand directly over the board.
Oh my god, that guy's so stupid. That's what you call a burned hand. And probably not the more hand. As you can see, I don't really think that you can see much of a hand there anymore. Yep. That's so sad.
That's hard to watch. When it comes to working on a cannon, there's certain things you absolutely do not do. Putting your hand over the muzzle of a loaded cannon is one of those things. Even the guys that are loading the cannon, like the dudes with the ramrod or whatever, you kind of want to be as hands off as you can, just in case whatever's in that cannon decides it wants to violently come out. You want to preserve as much of your... Despite the loss of a few digits, this guy did end up being as okay as you can be. But it ends up being a great teachable moment, not just for cannons, but also for any sort of explosive, pyrotechnic, and firearms. Beware of the muzzle. That's where the bad stuff happens. Which I believe makes him our first ever reverse Darwin Award winner. Thanks to a brief moment of stupidity with gun safety, this man is going to have to get laid from now on, because he is never jerking off again. Now, I'll take this second to remind you, if you think you've got a good clip for the Darwin Awards, be sure to let me know.
100%. Alright, well that's it for today.